Hello and welcome back to another OMNIHEROES video. So today we're just going to go through stages, I suspect 20 to 40 of the Rift Odyssey. So let's jump in. Now at the moment I'm having a bit of a visual glitch. Here is normally where you would see a damage reduction for different synergies. So in the previous stages we had Ethereals and Avengers, but it's not here this time. It's a bit strange, but we're just going to power through. I'm just going to switch Nawi with Seraphina here, then we'll jump straight into it. The reason that I'm using this is because I don't have any synergies down here, so we'll see if it's just a glitch for this level, but if not, then we can just use this team to get through. This is the most consistent team that I've had through Rift Odyssey, and the reason for that is now because of the exclusive rune for Seraphina. I would suggest getting that if you do want to clear these stages efficiently. The shield debuff from Marcia, removing shield, as we can see there, is also another important factor. The reason that I've got the two Divine or Demon units up front is primarily because they can be used as fodder. What we're really looking for is the striker synergy for Nawi, the increase in attack from the healing, and the additional shield as well from Marcia. So we'll see how much damage this does. Yep, gets us straight through. Nawi still the most effective unit for this stage. I would suggest investing in Nawi heavily, just because she is, like I said, the most consistent user. So it does look like it's Avengers this time, which is weird because the first stage was also Avengers. So let's try an Avengers setup. If not, we can revert back to this team. So I'm just going to go into my preset teams here. So I've got one for each. Preset team 1, 2, so Ethereals, Glorians. The Avengers synergy that I've got here, Doomsdayers, Mystifiers, and Valinators as well. Preset team 7 was the first team that I did for Rift Odyssey, and the preset team 8 is the updated team. So let's just save that, and then we'll go to the Avengers synergy here. So we've got a 3-striker build. We've got Arcdina and Lachesis as well. Relics are just pretty standard. So it says here, after triggering dodge, retaliates with a basic attack. But we're not going to use that one, even though it is a recommended synergy relic. We'll try this one instead. We'll get the healing and the attack buffs from Atrops, and the healing from Lachesis as well. So we'll see how this one goes. If it fails, again, we'll just revert back to the Glorian setup that I've got here. So you can see the 3-striker synergy kicking off big time here. Blessings for Merlin and Arcdina. We've got the dodge there. Hopefully a couple more dodges from Celine so he doesn't lose the buffs. We've got the ignore shield here. Got the increase in attack for Celine, and we've got the increase by 40%. So we're not going to get him on this time, just because of the holy shield on the back row. But it did look like the damage was spread out. So unfortunately, that is a loss for Celine here. But hopefully it will revive in this next round. We'll see the buffs get added again. It looks like we've taken out the front row, so this should be a relatively quick victory for the Avengers team. Again, if you want a strong Avengers team, as you can see, Celine's got the 20-20, so the 20 for the attack boost and the 20 for the damage boost as well. Now it goes down by a fair amount, so 5 stacks every round. We'll get the 25% increase, and I think this one is just about done. We'll see what the damage is for Celine here. Perfect. Alright, so move on to the next one. And we'll try and get through these relatively quickly. So we'll see how this one goes. Yeah, that one's absolutely fine. If we hit a stage that we can't complete, or when we get up to the boss stage, I'll go through that one and any strategies that you might be able to employ for that particular boss. Phantoms and Mystifiers synergy. This one's going to be an absolute pain, I suspect. But we'll see. Yeah, with the reflect damage on the first unit, the Athuzla here, she can do a fair amount of damage. It does add up. Unfortunately, it looks like we might get the heal on Lachesis instead. But actually, full heal, and then Lachesis, yeah, puts it on herself because of the Doomsdayer's synergy there. So we're not fully built up with Sal, but should be enough damage. Yeah, that's effectively a one-shot. They do revive or bring themselves back to life because of the Phantom synergy, and this will kick in twice more. So I suspect in this next round we will see Athuzla here get taken out by Sal because the healing that's being received. Yeah, so we'll take that one out. We do see a revive on this one, but fortunately able to tank the attacks relatively well. It is a stat check, effectively, every time you do a mission like this. Fortunately, we're able to get the splash damage. Again, they do keep coming back, but you just need to have the right stats for it, or a higher defense, and the damage reduction really does help for this one. So we'll remove any buffs from the enemies, and we'll increase our own attack, hopefully wiping them all out this time. No, just keep coming back, just like cockroaches. It is a real shame. Just keep coming back. It never triggers like this for me. Never. Fortunately, Ardina doing a bit of damage here. And then we've got the ignore shield buff. Not that it matters for this one. But we see one of them get taken out. I think this will be the last one now. Yeah. Oh, still coming back. More after more. Never ever triggers for me, this Phantom synergy. Never. It's a real pain in the backside. Finally. So we'll move on to the next one. So this is a boss mission. We do have the damage reduction, and how you figure out how to beat the boss. You can either use the clear records and see what other people have used, or you can have a look at what this enemy does. So we can see here, deals 50% damage to one random enemy. Applies Deceive, and it explains Deceive down here. During the effect, misled units will use their basic attacks to attack ally units. Attacks all enemies, dealing 90% damage. And for every 2 allies lost, it loses 2% of its own HP. When an enemy revives, defense will be weakened by 30%. And round 10 onwards, all allies receive max HP revival effect. Permanently increases crit res. Now this one, when an enemy deals basic attack to the boss, loss of 1, it's max HP. So what we're going to use for this one is the relic that I talked about before, and we will take out the splash damage for this one. We'll pop in the horn, and the reason for that is because we need to deal basic attacks, and if all of our team are dodging as they should be, or having attacks missed, then they'll be doing the one additional damage from the basic attack on these spiders. So hopefully we'll see a victory here, but we'll have to see. It depends on how the dodges go. So again, a bit up to RNG, but if we can increase the dodge as much as possible. There we go, we got 2 attacks there. So that's 5 loss of life in total. Hopefully we will see a couple of dodges, another basic attack there. So we'll get the big damage buff, and because we've got the strikers... Oh, apparently you can dispel the holy shield. Oh my goodness me. This is going to be much easier than I thought. The boss still does have the damage reduction, but again, applying the holy shield every time we get a miss on a unit. Unfortunately, they're all attacking Atrops, but we are slowly increasing damage and attack over time with the relic buffs as well. So maybe we get a kill here. Have to see. Double attack. All of them gone. Boss loses half HP and all of that damage reduction. So the striker synergy kicks in again, increasing 25% attack every round. Sal should be putting up some big numbers here as well because of the amount of healing received. Yeah, so absolutely wiped out. So we'll skip through. The next couple hopefully won't give us too much trouble.
May the departed find peace.
So in 5 rounds, again, the Avengers probably the slowest synergy, and primarily it's how their kit is based. So you want units to die, which is actually counterintuitive to play in the game, and you want them to die as quickly as possible, so you do get those revive buffs as well. So it looks like we've got a loss here, and we'll try it again, but I suspect it's the Atrops that's causing the damage here. The Elune will target one of our healers, which is causing another loss here. So maybe with some good RNG we can get through. If not, we'll need to switch out teams. And I think I need to switch this relic back as well, because although the basic attacks are okay, they are not great at the start because we don't have the increased damage for this as well. Unfortunately, no dispel of holy shield. That being said, the relic seems to have done the job. So they did get a miss there, so we did get another attack in, another basic attack, but again it doesn't do as much damage as we'd like, especially taking out the splash damage. I think that might have slowed down progress as well. So we take out Themis. It looks like it was just RNG on the first one, on that first run. Unfortunately, no misses on Victoria, but it shouldn't be too much of an issue. We should get this sorted out in this round. Yeah, big damage from Sal there. So we are going to change this out, and we'll put the splash damage back in. So we'll see how this one goes. Potentially the healing from the enemies doing crits will have a big impact, but hopefully we'll undercut the shields, so it won't give them two health bars effectively. Yeah, 6 rounds, not bad. 29. And again, finish it off. Finish this one off. So this is Dooms. So this should be a very quick one for us. So I'll pop in my Dooms team. I'm going to switch these two round. We want the Sanctuary triggering, and also I did get a new relic. So we'll try out the whip. We'll see if this one does have any impact. So you get the relic triggering here, dispelling some holy armor. And get the sanctuary triggering. Again, it doesn't do too much damage. Corrode gets us, unfortunately. We do get a dragon, little dragon in place.
Vanish under the dawn's judgment. In the name of the Oceanic Order.
Corrode gets us again. It may just be potentially a stats check here. the two dragons get their shield and health buff, and the Whipbane does increase maximum stats as well. But again, if these guys are going to be healing, I don't suspect this will be a victory, just because it's not. We're not doing as much damage as we do need to, but maybe Thuzula will clutch it out. We'll have a look, see if this new relic does anything important. Doesn't look like it. Yeah, we're just not doing as much damage as we need to, unfortunately. So we do get one enemy down, and it may potentially come down to just these two. See if we get any confuses. No confuses, unfortunately. Trigger the sword relic. Silence? No silence, unfortunately. No, these enemies just don't have high enough attack to be able to kill themselves. It seems as though the two units that I've invested the most in, Athuzza and Doris, do seem to be claiming the victory here. So that's Emily, and just
In the name of the Oceanic Order.
big old Minotaur.
Looks like we're a
Yeah.
perfect match.
So I think we can safely clear the next couple now. We might see an issue potentially with Lachesis removing all of our buffs, but what I might, I will try this one and see how it goes.
The light of dawn is
Yeah,
bright
so under
before
3
us.
rounds, so it looks like Doris's ability, the 33% has kicked in. Really need to get those evolved up to red runes, but we'll have to be patient on that one, unfortunately. I am not investing any red runes or legendary runes until I have finished off Eudora. So it's going to be quite a while yet.
The light of dawn is
So it
bright
seems this
before
one
us.
is a sweep as well.
They're just fish.
Yeah,
The
3
ocean's
rounds.
finding its peace again.
Seems to be the key to victory in this. Is getting that reflect rate up. So as you can see up here, we do have a crit rate of 50%, and reflect rate goes straight up to 1400%. So we'll see if we do need to change out a unit to counter this Solomon, because I know he puts a bind on some units, but it may not matter, given that we're doing a fair amount of damage anyway when enemies are attacking. So bind does kick in. Celine there not doing too much damage, and no, it doesn't matter how much, because we're not doing any damage to them. So we'll get the increase in HP and the shield effect on the front too, but they've all been binded, unfortunately. Whip kicks in before Ellie can do an attack. so it does all add up. I think this should be over very, very quickly now. Irrespective of the fact that we've been binded or bound, looks like we're able to clinch the victory in this one. Doomsdays, they don't need to attack, as you've just seen, in order to win. So we'll get up to 40, and then we'll call it a day on this one. So it looks like it is the Doom's synergy that presents the problem. So what we'll do, I think, is change round Halios and Lamia, and the reason for that is because she's got more chances to trigger Sanctuary up here because of the Verdant synergy that's going on. So we'll see how this goes. We'll actually watch this battle and see if we can develop any tactics. Again, we've always got the fallback of the standard Rift Odyssey team of Nawi, Lily, Marcia, Gwyn, and Atrops or Seraphina. Looks like they've reduced the reflect rate as well. They're still taking a fair amount of damage, but that Holy Shield initially does seem to stop us greatly. I think we need a unit on Dooms that can remove the Holy Shield effect. And yeah, so it was the right decision to put Lamia in that first slot there because she's receiving the most attacks. No confuses, unfortunately, but we do receive a buff, increase our own reflect rate, and looks like Merlin's been taken down. But it looks like the enemy team aren't doing as much damage as they do need to be. Now the dragons will help because they'll absorb some of the damage, but looks like that is a loss, unfortunately. So we'll try it one more time, and if not, then we'll revert back to the previous team. Yeah, unfortunately, a loss. So relics I've got. I'll take you out. In fact, let's see if we can improve our chances. So we go into the Mist shop. How much have I got? 14. So I've not got enough to buy the relic for Dooms, which may be essential, but we'll have a change of team. So let's take these out. Doing this just for later. Let's add in splash damage as well. We'll see if that makes any difference. Because the splash damage, it may be that the basic attacks clear that Holy Shield, so the first trigger of reflect damage may take out all of their shields. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem so. There we go. That's what we were looking for. So potentially now, with the added splash damage, the enemy team will have taken that big hit initially. Unfortunately, no Sanctuary trigger. So that's one of them down, but we'll get the dragon back in place. Increase our own attack. Increase the reflect rate for the team. Unfortunately, yeah, their reflect rate is just a bit too strong. So we will have to, we'll have to revert back, I think. Yeah. So let's save this preset team because we have made some changes to it. We'll go down to the very bottom. We'll click quick deploy. Although we don't have the damage reduction, I'm relatively confident that this team will be able to get through. And we'll see what the difference is between the two teams. So we'll hit the Lantern first, decreasing their physical and magic damage reduction. And we go underneath the shields that they've got in place as well. So unfortunately now we did take a bit of a hit here. Got a couple of blessings, blessing triggers, and a couple of misses, which I think has effectively saved our bacon here. Got the full heal, and we've got the shield, which will prevent Nawi from dying before she gets the chance to attack. No trigger, unfortunately. So we'll need to wait till next round. We get the shield, increase HP, and blessings as well, which are really important. Take out another one. Unfortunately, no trigger again from Nawi. Shame. So we might have to chalk this one up to a loss. Yeah. And then it's just RNG at this point. If we'd have got those triggers, would have been a straight victory, yeah. Under 3. So we can clear this one. And then again... Yeah, we've got Doomsday's Synergy, so we'll need to get underneath that shield. Let's try switching Nawi around with Seraphina. See if that does anything. Nope. So let's go back to... our Doomsday's Synergy. And we will see if this is any good. Yeah, so it looks like Doomsday's Synergy on the last one. The reason that it didn't, or it wasn't as effective as the original team, is primarily because of the reflect rate was too high on the enemy's side, so our units got taken down. Whereas in this one, the reflect synergy was not as high. Now this one is going to be a bit more challenging, I think. But potentially with the Gwyn there, it will be increasing their attack, so it'll do more reflect damage. Because the enemies are doing more damage themselves. We'll see if we get the splash damage to remove that holy shield. Any splash damage? No. She is just an absolute unit. Talanas, I mean.
Vanish under the dawn's judgment.
Fortunately, holy shield's still up, but we do have that stun. The shield there saving Talanas from certain doom. We do get an increase in HP and we do get some shields up. Unfortunately, no takedowns from these units. Get a big miss there, 2 big misses. I'll get the whip activating as well, doing some damage. Triple attack. What a shame. But it does look like a victory. Athusa pulls it out once again. Maybe the whip really did save our bacon, but difficult to tell.
Like we're a perfect match.
Get on to the next one. I suspect relatively similar result.
The ocean's
Yeah,
finding its way
but all
to the
3 back
ocean's
row
finding its
surviving
way
this
again.
time. And then this is a full Monarch build, except for Marina, who provides the Verdant synergy as well. There is a Holy Shield in effect, so what I might do is change out Lamia and Madeline, and I'll put in Katrina and Karnak as well. Relics are fine. Jump into battle. We'll see if the removal of the Holy Shield has any impact on this one for this final boss for the video. I'm going to go over 30 minutes, but again, had a couple of points to make. So it looks like the 2 units at the back do have increased Holy Shield. shame. Katrina down. That's our Holy Shield, effectively. The Holy Shield wiper gone. If not, then I'm going to try Marcia.
Extermination. Divine punishment.
Yeah, it's a straight up loss. So we'll try this one again. Take out these two, and I'm actually going to go for Marcia because she attacks first. We'll get an increase in attack. We'll stick these two up front, and we'll just see whether or not this has any impact. Potentially, we've still got the damage reduction for all allies, 75%. We've got an increased shield, and we get our holy stacks, or holy shield stacks as well. So yeah, Marcia, as soon as she attacks, dispels Holy Shield, which may allow us to get through this. Holy Shield stacks again. Increase in damage or increase in attack. Marcia triggers the Holy Shield effect again. Couple of big misses there. Not this time, unfortunately, but she's done the job that she needed to. Increase in HP and max shield. So it looks like a win, but a very long one. So we're going to wrap it up here. That was 20 to 40. Thank you for watching. If you do have any questions, I'd suggest checking out the Discord. If you would like to leave a comment about this specific video, anything I've missed, please let me know. If you want to like and subscribe, really appreciate it. Thanks, and you have a good day.